amazing players. So we will first start with something which is called our book review. Then we'll move to our keynote speech. Then we have a very interesting audience participation. It is very important to listen. And I'm sure you guys are all good at listening. And we will have somebody by the name of Gauri Dixit who is going to check your listening skills. And towards the end, there's another surprise or bonus element. Being a YouTuber, we say, watch the video till the end, watch the meeting till the end to come to know who is the next keynote speaker. Having said that, we have got two amazing people that I'm going to introduce right now. This person, Gauri Dixit, who is going to play the role of timer as well as listener. Two roles, one person. And I'm sure she's going to do an amazing job. Gauri, by profession, she calls herself a corporate slave, but I don't think so. She is a corporate slave. She is a corporate leader. Okay. What is amazing about her is in my personal association, one thing that I really like about this person is the desire to improve. The quote that I love the most is fall down 100 times, rise up 101 times. Gauri is an epitome for that particular example. Thank you so much, Gauri. Team, can you give a thumbs up as an acknowledgement for Gauri? You can always use those reaction options. Great, excellent. The book reviewer that we have today is somebody who I have known for the past 6 years now. His name is Aditya Sharma. Aditya Sharma is a person who is a typical example of Sharma ji ka ladka. When I say Sharma ji ka ladka, you know where I am headed towards. He has all those qualities who can make you jealous of it. So to begin with, he is a Toastmaster, he is an author, he does podcasts, you name it, he does it. But something that I really like out of so many hats that he wears, something which is very close to my heart is his discipline and his commitment. If he says that he's going to attend a session, or if he says or promises that he's going to do something, he will be there. And please do not be surprised if he's the first one attending it. And this is something that I have been noticing for the past 6 years now. Can we give him a thumbs up as an acknowledgement for the discipline that he displays all the time? Awesome. So Aditya is the author of 3 books, The Fifth Umpire, Beyond the TV 33 cinematic production that transformed the silver screen, and the complete collected short stories, and has contributed a short story to the book Phoenix 11 Stories of Hope. He is also the host of the weekly show Aditya, a sports entertainment and education podcast talk show. So that's the person that we are going to talk about, okay? And he's going to review an amazing book. So first, without further ado, let me go ahead and give this ray of hope, this honor to Aditya to go forward and review a book that he has for all of us. Can we show him a thumbs up or a round of applause as an acknowledgement for him to take the virtual stage?
Thank you, Abu. So this is the book I'm reviewing, Sacred Games. How many have you heard of it? There was a TV show which was also created in the last 3 years, but when you adapt TV shows, you miss out on most things because of limitation of time and, of course, going from a book to a script. So we won't go into that. We'll go into a book. So Sacred Games. It's the story of Satar Singh, a police detective who struggles to make ends meet, who is resigned to solving mundane and routine cases as most police detectives do, and has to resort to extracurricular activities to make ends meet. What are those? I'm sure you must have experienced that. I won't reveal that, but I'm sure when you read the book, or when you know what a routine police inspector has to resort to make ends meet, the extracurricular activities they have to do, I'm sure you'll understand if you have watched enough movies and if I've read enough books or I've seen things in real life. So I let the stew boil and I'll let you imagine. It's common for all police, but let's focus on that he's a Mumbai police inspector. It's the story of Ganesh Gaitonde, another important character in this book, who had a forgetful childhood. He grew up in the turbulent 80s and 90s of India. We all know what were the turbulent times there. He becomes the leader and godfather of his community and a protector. He's asked by his acquaintances who are in the highest echelons of the government to become a protector. If you understand this, if you have read enough books, that the highest echelons of the government often recruit such leaders for certain activities, and he is doing those activities. He is then recruited by intelligence agencies to carry out tasks which cannot be done in legal means. So that's how he has grown up. It's the story of Anjali Mathur, a raw agent who was mostly assigned to a desk job. That is, she's an analyst. In the beginning of the story, she's an analyst, but the return of Gaitonde forces us to become a field agent, because a message comes from beyond the grave from Gaitonde to Sartaj Singh that the city will be destroyed in 25 days. So both Anjali and Sartaj Singh race against time to save the city. And the writer, through various relationships, exposes the dark underbelly, the tumultuous relationship between the law enforcement and the underworld and the felonious. And at every point, it's a thrilling narrative as the author takes us on the tour of the city, from the urban landscape to the rural landscape to the ghettos, that what all is there, and they're all connected in some way or the other as the story moves on. And the intriguing subplots within the main plot, so that's the most interesting thing, because every chapter is a separate story, yet it's all connected to the how the story starts. So it's all connected. It may seem disconnected at time, but it all comes to an end when the entire story plays out. That's the interesting part. But these three are the main characters, though there are a few supporting casts without whom these characters would not be what they become. So characters like Paritosh Shah, a close friend of Gaitonde, Parlukar, who is the commissioner of police, who is a mentor to Sartaj Singh, Katekar, who is Sartaj Singh's partner, Kamble, another partner, they play the ideal supporting role to push our main heroes to do something which is not in their nature. And another interesting part is that in the book there are 2 point of views. One is the point of view from Sartaj Singh's point, where the author is using a wider angle, which means it's in third person. If I can give you an example, Sartaj called Iftab Bibi that night just before sleep. She had phoned him soon after Katekar's death to express her condolences. She knew that they had been working together for a long time, but she also somehow knew about Katekar's young children. So here you see he is using words like he, Sartaj in third person. But for a main guy, Gaitonde, this is how the author tries to connect with us. So from the point of view of our other character, Gaitonde, he goes like this. I was arrested on a Thursday afternoon. They came for me in Gopal Math, my home. Policemen were a familiar enough sight in my darbar. They knew very well my exact address where I lived. I had never hidden away. They came sometime to look for one of our boys, sometimes to ask me questions, sometimes even to ask for a favor on the quiet. And why is it like that? Because in the beginning of the story, and I'll reveal this because you must have read it, that Gaitonde kills himself. So here it's actually Gaitonde narrating his story to Sartaj Singh, and this is explained well in the TV show. It's more like a voiceover, as if Sartaj Singh can listen to him when he's narrating. So there are 2 point of views, Sartaj Singh from a third person point of view, Gaitonde from a first person narrator, as if you can feel as if we are there. That's how the story evolves. Back to Abu.
Thank you so much, Aditya. That was amazing. Thank you so much for that. I'm sure that has created the necessary curiosity. And if you are looking forward to have this particular book as a book to read, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Great. Sonika is always very kind. She always gives me thumbs up. Okay, very nice. I hope that this has not been a default feature in her thumbs up. Okay, but again, that's amazing, amazing. Now we have our keynote speaker. Before I share her introduction, it is very important to understand and realize what people do in order to honor their commitment. Sougand, she is down with COVID and she had all reasons not to show up. But this lady, she is somebody who is someone who will never back out. She was there for yesterday's briefing and she's there for today's meeting as well. So a huge round of applause for Sougand for honoring her words or for honoring the commitment. Great, awesome, awesome. Another very important thing that I love to talk about Sougand is, as we all know, that Sougand is an Iranian best-selling translator of Indian literature into Farsi, Persian. She is well known for her best-selling travelogue, Sougand Delhi, which is based on a Delhi travel. Sougand is also a research and scholar in translation and cultural studies. She has been a speaker at TEDx program that was held in Dubai. She has also presented and published her papers and articles at national and international conferences held in Iran and India. Sougand is the CEO and founder of Sougand Publications in Iran. Sougand is currently based in Iran. She has completed her master's in English language, translation studies. You can reach out to her on Facebook, that is Sougand Akbarian. So we have an international author in our midst, and we are so happy, Sougand. Sougand will not be able to switch on her video. However, her audio will be there. And in order to go ahead and show that respect for her commitment, can we have our video switched on?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Abu. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste. I'm so happy to be here today in this session, and please accept my apologies in advance that I cannot turn on my camera. All is because of COVID, Delta. Shame on COVID, not me. Because of COVID, I cannot turn on my camera, as not feel well. Sonika, Abu, shall I share my screen?
Yes.
Yes. If do you have the screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
If I'm not here, my PPT is here. As you know, the theme of my speech is loveless love. When love is a reason to stay or live forever. Love is in the era of internet. So in that way, have you ever fallen in love with the wrong person? So let's share your experience and do read Loveless Love to know Souganda and Sanjay's story. After reading, share your own experience anonymously, not merely yours, but also the story of people around you and why do you call it loveless love. That was the theme of my speech that from previous week I talked to you regarding that. And I'm so happy that I really and that I get great response from friends and people from the leaders or readers group. So we will go. These lines are really great in Hindi language to talk about the story that I want to talk. What I call it loveless love. मैं समझा था तुमको तो क्या और मांगो मेरी जिंदगी में मेरे पास तुम हो. About English translation, I will say, I thought if you are, so what else I ask for? You are my hope in my life. So what if I don't have this world? It was my pride that I had you. You taught me that even if there is love, betray, deny it, you love. Only get out of my heart. Happy to be separated, be separated. As I said, love is in the era of internet. So in that way, have you ever fallen in love with the wrong person? See, why do we call a story loveless love? What will happen at the end when a relationship comes to an end? What's your point of view about gender equality before and after marriage? And when, in the name of love, gender inequality will happen? Because in that case, there are some factors we should consider them. And when we don't consider such factors, loveless love will happen. The first one is financial security. Think about financial security. Let's face it by words now. Life is tough without money in the bank, while marriage solicits that your partner back you financially. It may or may not work that way. What happens when you face a monetary crisis? What if you lose your job or unable to cope with financial needs of the family with your income? Instead of stressing out over these problems, a wife can provide for not only herself but also for her spouse with a job in hand. By not giving up on her career, she can avoid financial strain and protect her family from unforeseen monetary troubles. After all, two helping hands are surely better than one. Another point is independence. Women in the workplace are accustomed to their financial freedom. Giving up on her career means she must depend on another for her needs. When she has a supportive partner, this might work fine, but there is a chance of disagreements going downhill. She may feel conscious to make her purchase or ask for monetary help all the time. Eventually, this could hamper her self esteem and make her compromise on the things she wants in life, especially the luxurious life. Keeping her job post marriage can ensure that she doesn't have to let go of her comfort. She can fulfill them on her own without having to rely on her partner. Another factor that before and after marriage we should consider that about a partner, male or female, especially female that I'm talking, being a feminist, it is a life goal. About life goal, it is great marrying to a man of her dream for any year and starting a family, but it doesn't end at that for several women in the workplace. While growing up, many of us have dreamed to climbing up the cooperative ladder of tasting professional success. Giving up on her job post-marriage could prevent her from fulfilling these much cherished dreams. Similarly, she tends to leave supplementary goals such as traveling the world or buying her dream house on her back burner if she is not earning for herself. Letting go of her career could compel her to pull full stop on these and many such desires in life. Social life for women in the workplace. Some of their social credits comes from their work, hanging out with colleagues, meeting new people, and being surrounded by like-minded folks are all part of pursuing her profession. Quitting her job could mean that she may need to give up on this sooner or later, while she may eventually make peace with it. It could leave her feeling lonely or regretful as well. It is only sane to consider the social factors of her life before bidding goodbye to her career. And the most important factor is identity. When a woman has been a working woman or has always visualized herself in office space or professional setup, letting go of her job could lead to identity issues. To stop this, homemakers are often made to feel like they are not doing any wonders, despite them toiling away. This can further dishearten a career-oriented woman in a long run. Letting go of something that is an integral part of her could also culminate into prolonged identity crisis and mental health trouble in the future. Women in the workplace can face several issues while quitting their job for marriage. The situation is tougher when she must shift base to accommodate her partner professional journey while leaving everything on her behind. However, this doesn't mean the end of the world. You can persuade your families and convince them with the tact to create a win-win situation for all. Opt for consolidating if nothing works and try talking to her parents openly instead of giving up her choices. What is advice, however, it it is that you try to build a common ground instead of bidding adieu to your career and your earnest aspiration in life. Now, please watch this book teaser. What I said it was about Loveless Love, my story that I written that, and the teaser and the factors I mentioned is about this book. And about conclusion, let me say the conclusion is based on Loveless Love about a Sougand character. It is said, I'm a girl, broken, I was, but now I can say I was broken and it made me bold beautifully. Today, as Kitsungi make broken lines with gold new lines and beautiful again, adding beauty to what it was. My broken past makes me stronger today. The secret to becoming unbreakable is realizing that you are already broken. Now I am not heartless. I just use my heart less. And about a short summary, if I want to say about my book, because Loveless Love, when I say it is based on a true story that one of my readers catch me and said this story to me. Everyone has a story, a special love story with its own happy or sad ending. Similarly, I also had a story that brought me to a point where I had to stay or leave forever. I don't know if it was fortune or our fortune, but I really wanted to experience this type of love in my life. The love that got its first seed via technology. This is the story that can be similar to yours in one or many aspects. This is the story of young individuals like me who remain busy in their professional lives but always wish to find the perfect balance in their personal, professional, and love life. We, the busy bees, always want to know how and when to keep moving or give a pause to our life. I choose to write this story for you, for me, and for everyone who is just like us, and I'm sure you would cherish every moment of my life while reading my story, Loveless Love. When my own shadow will leave me in the dark and sad moments, then why should I expect from you to stay with me forever? Thank you, everyone. I hope you like this session without video, only with PowerPoint. And I hope by this book, you read that. And before reading this book, before this session, and after reading this book, after this session, You believe in gender equality before and after marriage and respect men and female equally because both are same and equal in the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sougand. Greatly appreciated. Great, great, awesome, awesome. So, Sonika, do we have time for question and answers?
Yes, we have. We can take questions till 8:35.
8:35. Great. Sougand, would you be comfortable taking questions considering your health?
It's okay. You will ask the questions like we talked yesterday.
Cool, cool. Great. So anybody who would like to ask a question to Sougand about loveless love or anything to do with romantic or romance genre, please feel free. Just raise your hand and you will get an opportunity to ask your question to the upcoming author. Or rather, she is an author for our upcoming book.
Any question?
Sougand, I have a question.
Yes.
My question is, considering the COVID situation and COVID situation wherein, we are just trying to come out of our houses, do you think matrimonial sites or Tinder, is that a great place to find love?
To be honest, I don't think so. Because that's why I wrote Loveless Love. This is something that you think, sorry, I said that because this is something I think, this is like you go to any shop and you want to buy something. You will check the height, you will check the weight, you will check the educational degree, you will check different things. Okay, keep it aside. Let me go for another person. Maybe this one is fair, maybe this one is taller, maybe this one is more educated. This is something that you will not fall in love. You will fall in love with the qualification of that person. Because marriage is that you fall in love and love that person. So I think whether you love a person, if you want also to find your love in matrimonial website, it is whether you love the nature of the person, not for example the height, the weight, the education, and the face also. The inner face is more important.
Thank you so much, Sougand. I was about to take subscription for sashadi.com. Now I will not do that. Thank you, Sougand. Over to Sonika.
Okay, I have a question. So in this generation, I feel to find love or to know that we love is very difficult. I mean, it can be attraction or it can be anything. How do we know that it's love?
See, love is not difficult in this generation because the sacrifice is less. We expect everyone do anything for us and we don't do anything for our partner. That's why. Love and marriage, everything is 50-50. For example, if you love someone, the sacrifice, the expectations, everything should be 50-50. If that things be there, so the successful love will be there. And you will find your love when you expect everyone sacrifice everything for you. So at least 50% you also should do the same to find love. That's why in this generation we say we cannot find love. Everyone, I think, becomes selfish. They only see themselves, not their partner. In that way, if we see everything 50-50, we can find love in this generation as well.
Yeah, I agree. But we also say that, we should also not lose ourselves. And what in case if someone is, not does not want to lose himself or herself or want to do something that she or he want to achieve in his life, and she or he does not want to compromise on that. So sometimes making sacrifice is difficult. Although the person loves another person, but to make sacrifices are difficult if we really want to achieve something. So in that case, wouldn't it be difficult to prove that yes, we love the person or something?
Yes, because as I mentioned in PPT, I said identity is important that we keep it. When I also talk about sacrifice, it is not you sacrifice whatever you have and you don't have. I said everything should be 50-50. If, for example, your partner is sick, you will take care of him. So one day you also will be sick. So he will also take care of you. See, in that case, I'm saying everything should be 50-50. Identity is, if you forget something that you love, he also or she also will forget something that he or she loves. It is something that I say, keep your identity, be yourself, love yourself, and also the expectations and sacrifice should be in balance, not too much, not too less, something in balance.
Thank you so much, Sougand. That's a very interesting topic for debate as well. But yes, that is a very important topic, and I'm sure we all need an answer for that. Great, awesome, awesome. So, if we do not have any further questions, we can start with audience participation round. Are you ready for audience participation round? Because this time I'm going to ask you, I'm going to be, I feel like Karan Johar right now because I'm going to ask you a lot of romantic questions. So if you want to go ahead, take the hot seat and answer a lot of romantic questions, it's going to be very easy. Please go ahead and share your name on the chat box. Great, awesome. So let me go ahead and make my choose. If I can pick people, if that's okay. Shalinda, hi Shalinda, you're there? Okay, so we have got Pandi who is there. So I'm going to first pick Pandi. I'm going to get back to Shalinda. Pandi, first and foremost, thank you so much for volunteering. Your question is,
Yes.
The question that I have for you is, I'm just trying to create that unnecessary suspense, and it is, which is your favorite novel when it comes to romance as a genre?
Favorite novel? Actually, I didn't read much novel. That's
so.
so.
You can think about a movie. You can think from social media. You can think from Netflix. Which is your favorite romantic movie, and why?
Have to think. Romantic. Maybe Hum Dil De I can't spell it correctly in the Hindi words, but Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam.
That's a great choice. And why do you call it your favorite?
Yes, I like it. The ending. Ultimately, that Aishwarya at the initial stage, she was in love with Salman Khan, and after that, she got married with this Ajay Devgan. Then Ajay Devgan came to know that all things. Then he decided to unite both of them. But at the end, that Aishwarya, she realized that, see, whatever it may be, the past, so that it can't come. That is a lover, that it can be anyone, but he is a husband. So we cannot leave the tradition as our, what we call it as a husband and wife tradition, and we should not break the tradition and go for the earlier one. So that touches my heart. That's all.
Thank you so much, Pandi, and it was very nostalgic. I could recollect the scenes from Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. Thank you so much, Pandi. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next participant is somebody who has the gift of the gab. His name is Shalinda Yadav. Shalinda, are you ready for it, my buddy?
Yes, Abu, I'm ready.
Awesome. It's a very personal question, and the question is, have you ever fallen in love with a character of a novel?
Okay. Well, frankly speaking, I do not read so many characters, but I do watch movies. And if movies are based upon characters, then I can say, it's same thing. Yeah, I have fallen in love, but not exactly through novels, but through movies.
And who is the lucky character?
Yeah, I like, one Bollywood movie, Rabne Banadi Jodi, and it is none other than our very own Shah Rukh Khan. I really like the portrayal of him as a husband, and then as a superhero, kind of, the one who is really passionate about love and who does all the things which one ideal lover can do. despite the situation, difficult situation, in fact, contrasting situation, feeling daily at home. But uh, it's really very fantastic as well as very complicated if we analyze it through an Indian social norms. Yeah.
That was a great choice. I was assuming that you would say you have fallen in love with Anushka, and I was about to stop you there by saying that she already belongs to Virat. But then you changed the course of the river, Shailendra. I'm so happy for that. Okay, great choice. Thank you so much for participating, Shailendra.
Thank you, Abdul.
Thank you. We have our third participant, and she is none other than Gauri. Gauri, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Gauri, a very simple and a very interesting question. Okay. And let's see how honest you can become. Have you ever cried after reading a romantic genre? It can be a book or by watching any romantic movies.
Yeah, of course. I have seen that I have watched that movie, Rockstar, and that is so romantic movie. That is kind of bond between both of them. And whenever the girl is go away, she got that ill thing, whatever the disease she had. But that moment, I always cry. Whenever I watch this movie, I always feel that pain, that all things. That bonding is really amazing. Thank you, Abu.
Awesome. You seem to be overwhelmed right now as well. So that's nice. So we started with Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. We went to Rabne Banadi Jori, and now we are at Rockstar. I can see that, people are moving from descending to ascending. So we have covered 1995 as the year. Let's see if we can move any forward. Do we have our next volunteer? Okay, our next volunteer is Sonika. Wow, that's amazing. Great. Sonika, this is your question, okay? If your favorite character in a book or in a movie or in a web series gets dumped, what do you do?
Okay, so I have read a book with the name. I don't remember the name. It's related something with women. So there's a character. I don't remember the name of the character. It's the husband of that woman. The woman is the main character of the story, and yes, she she dumped his husband, but as they love each other and husband loved his wife, so that husband does not leave her wife, and he understood that situation, and in the end they just both realize, and they just don't leave each other, and the situation gets normal, and they still and they continue their story. So there's that character of the husband is my favorite character, because he was kind of ideal partner a woman can have. So this is something that character I liked in the book.
Thank you so much, Sonika. And by not disclosing the name of the character and by not disclosing the name of the book, it will still remain a mystery, and we'll be curious and we'll read a lot of books to find that character. Okay, great. Awesome. So who's going to be the next volunteer for audience participation round? Let's see if we have some names here. Oh, we have got none other than Ritika. Ritika, are you ready, my friend?
Yes, Abu.
Great. So again, it can be from this perspective as well. Generally, which is your favorite place to read a book or to watch a movie or to listen to a podcast? So if you have this free time.
Which is your favorite place?
Place, yes, in your house, or it can be in the terrace. Which is your favorite place to have that me time?
It would always be my bed and my room. So I would love to lie down on my bed and read a book or watch a movie, and especially late night when everybody's asleep, because after everybody's asleep there is silence, complete silence, and you can just focus on what you are doing. So yes, it would be my room and on my bed and under a blanket maybe. So what is better than that?
Awesome. And which was the last movie or book that you have read or watched in this
I
perfect
just
dream of yours?
saw a web series on YouTube.
Oh, you watched a web series on YouTube. Great, great. That's awesome, awesome, Ritika. Thank you so much for participating. And another benefit is as well, while we are at home and when everybody sleeps, the chances of somebody calling you for something also reduces. Like that, nobody will disturb you for that duration, and that is that peace of mind that we need at times. Great, great choice. Thank you so much, Ritika. Who is going to be the next person, the next volunteer? We have got DTM, Amelia. Amelia, I know you are not keeping that great. Would you like to give it a shot, Amelia? We have got Anusha as well. Hi, Anusha, you're there?
Yeah, hi, Abu, I'm there.
Great, great. Would you like to take part in the audience participation round?
If you want me to, sure.
Thank you so much. That is great. I've got a question, a very interesting question for you. And considering the experience that you carry, we all be very curious that which is your favorite book of all time?
Oh, Abu. My favorite book of all time is Love Story by Eric Siegel. And it's a book which carries, it's the epitome of a non-standard book on love, in which, the beginning, there are some very standard lines which she uses, which come across as really interesting to the person on the other side. I don't recall it so much now because I've stopped reading it from some time, but the impression it has left behind on me is that it is a tremendous book, and it carries a lot of weight in terms of the feelings and the emotions which are carved out in the book, and the characters, and the fact that the end is not a traditional end. I think she dies in the end, if I'm not mistaken. So this is one of the books which is my all-time favorite. And I hope, in fact, I'm so glad you asked me my favorite book. I'm going to go back and revisit it today. So back to you, Abu.
Thank you so much, Anusha. I'm sure if there is a recommendation coming from Anusha, it has to be worth the read, the time, the energy as well. So thank you so much for that recommendation. Great. We can have one last person. Let's see who is this lucky person. Hi, Rishabh, you're there? Okay, so let me be the last person for this.
Can we also pick Aditya?
Hi, Aditya, you're there? I'm not sure if he's there.
Yeah, Haritosh also.
Haritosh, he's busy in a meeting. Haritosh, you are there? He's working on a meeting as well. So he's in between a meeting as well. So to conclude, I'm going to share one of my favorite books, and the reason why I call it my favorite book, it will be Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, Atomic Habits is such an easy and a simple book, wherein it talks about how to make a habit and how to break a habit. Now, that is something which is very interesting and very important. Something that I realized was how easy it is to make a habit, and it is also so easy to break a habit. And if you read this particular book, you would realize that how can we make any habit our habit? This book is very well researched, very well written. And as a matter of fact, I would like to end with a concluding note as to, he starts this book with the British Cyclist. So whenever England used to participate when it comes to cycling and when it comes to Olympics, it never used to do well. There came a point wherein there were no sponsors for British Cyclist. Everybody refused because they knew that Britain is not going to do a good job. So nobody wanted to sponsor Britain. But then there came their coach, who turned out to be a game turner. You can consider him Kabir Khan from Chak De India. Now, this particular person, what he excelled in was habits. He started to work on simple, tiny, minuscule habits, and he washed out for it. And he slowly and gradually started to build a team. And when he was able to build up a team, they started winning gold medals almost regularly. And as a matter of fact, today, Britain has one of the best cycling team in the world. On that note, it was amazing to have you as an audience participation. For the audience participation now, I hope you have enjoyed. Now I'll give it to Gauri to ask her question. Over to Gauri.
Thank you so much,
for
Abu.
polling. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. People, please go ahead and vote. My apologies. Ritika, please do let us know when everybody has given their voting.
3 more people are still there. I would request everyone to please vote. 3 people are still left.
When we are casting a vote, we should not cast for ourselves. No? We should cast for others only.
Abu, maybe you can continue.
Thank you so much. Now, let me go ahead and call Gauri. She has been an active listener, and she will check how actively were we listening to the entire meeting. The virtual stage is all yours, Gauri.
Thank you so much, Abu. A very good evening, all. I think everyone was very active, and I can see some of you on camera. So I am going to ask 2 or 3 questions. Let's see how much you guys are active. In book review, Mr. Aditya talked about the book. What was the name of the book?
Secret Games. Secret Games.
Yeah. Okay, you have to raise your hand. I'm sorry, I
Oh,
forgot
sorry.
to clear the rules. Okay, great. Thank you. I cannot give you chocolates, but definitely just share your address. I will prefer to courier. The other question is, who is the best friend of Gaitonde? What was the full name of Gaitonde? Anyone else? Okay, again. Yeah, Mr. Bandi.
Name of Gaitonde.
Yeah, full
Ganesh
name of the
Gaitonde.
guy. Yeah, full
Ganesh
name of the
Gaitonde.
guy.
Ganesh Gaikonde.
Right.
Ganesh
And
Gaikonde.
who is the best friend?
The best prize, the best is the Anjali Mathur, best friend.
No.
The commissioner, actually, I didn't write this name. Commissioner, police commissioner.
No, anyone else? You guys are remembering your best friend right now. I am just thinking and analyzing your faces. So the right answer is Paritosha. Okay, we can have one more question. What was the name of the movie? Shalinda took the name of that movie. Anyone can tell me? Yeah, Sonika. Oh, wow. You are just admiring that movie. I think I'm just feeling it that remembering that Saruk Khan.
Yeah, it's a nice movie.
Yeah. So thank you so much. That was a good session. Now the time has come to introduce our upcoming keynote speaker, one and only, who is with us since 8 o'clock and hosting us, Mr. Abu Sada. Abu is the one dedicated person in Toastmaster I can see, and when I have joined this Toastmaster, he was really, really amazing, and he is just polishing himself. And Right now, I'm just telling you a little bit. So let's know him more. Abu Shadab is an HR professional by day. With the sunset, he changes his clock and becomes a YouTuber, Toastmaster, event coordinator, author, fitness enthusiast, avid reader, and a blogger. He is the epitome of jack of all trades. While growing up, he was told the opposite of success is failure. Only to realize the opposite of success is learning. So he continues to fail and learn and wears his failure as a badge of honor. So kudos to Abu Sada, who is really a big, big failure actually, but a big achiever because he achieved all success because he learned from the failure. Thank you so much, Abu.
Thank you so much, Gauri. It was so nice listening to those kind words, listening to that introduction, especially towards the end of a Tuesday, really motivates and really energizes me. So thank you so much, people. As I'm sure most of you are aware of it, I recently wrote a book, How Not to Get Financially Screwed. Something that was very important while I was writing this book was, I am not a finance expert. I don't have MBA in finance. I'm not a millionaire. So I used to always wonder, if I'm not an expert, if I'm not leading by an example, how on earth do I have a right to write a book? Only to realize that when it is my money, I don't need any certification from anyone. At the same time, I need to realize that most of our country is made up of middle class like you and me. And for middle class, it is very important to take care of our money. The way Sougand had shared, one of the first pointers that she had raised was financial security. I'm going to talk about how easy it is to fool people. Educated people, you can fool them at any point in time. And it is easy to fool people, but it is difficult to prove to that person that you have been fooled financially. That's how smart marketing people are. And if we do not watch out for the money that goes out of our pocket, very soon, or rather most of the time, we are struggling with everything. With a little bit of awareness and knowledge, we can do wonders. So my session is all going to be dedicated towards finance. I'm going to talk about in a layman term, only because I am a layman, I'm not an expert. I'm going to share my anecdotes. I'm going to live my failures once again, because every time I live my failure, I understand and realize how important is experience. Above all, I would be very happy if you feel that this financial topic is going to help you. Okay, so if you are excited for my session, please give me a thumbs up. That is so awesome, awesome, awesome. Great, great, great. So now I'm going to give the stage to a lady. What should I tell about this lady? The only thing that I can tell to this lady is, when I meet her, I have to treat her with chole chawal, rajma chawal, and paneer chawal, and curry chawal as well. These are the things that I'm overdue, or rather I owe her all of these things, because she has always been there. It's very rare to come across people whom you can trust. And they say that if you can be that trustworthy person, the entire world belongs to you. Sonika for me is somebody who is somebody you can always lay a trust upon. So if Sonika says that she's going to do it, which means she's going to do it without follow-ups. That makes her extra special. She is the ex-president of South Delhi Toastmasters. She was the VP Education, then she became the president, and now she is the ex-president. And she is going to go ahead and share the final or the concluding remark. Sonika, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Can we have round of applause for all of us who are there and attended the meeting, and special thank you to Sougand. And especially, can we salute Sougand, because she's suffering from COVID and she did not back out. She still, joined this meeting and gave us the keynote session. We are so proud of you, Sougand.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. And yeah, Abu, thank you so much. I mean, I'm feeling so humbled at the moment because I did not expect such an introduction of mine. Even I did not share an introduction. He has just made it, and it was all from his heart. So I'm really feeling glad. Thank you very much for such a beautiful introduction. I have never heard such words from me. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, so first of all, I would like to thank all my role players. Yeah, it is first and foremost is my anchor. Yes, I have already. I'm already thankful to Sougand. She's the main keynote speaker, and she has attended today's keynote session and gave it beautifully. Thank you so much. Then our anchor Abu Shadab. Yes, he's a savior. He's always been a savior. If nobody shows up, he's always there. When Abu is there, I just feel free, and he's a stress buster, I can say. He led the whole meeting smoothly and yes, with energy. Thank you very much for your job, Abu. And then Gauri Dikshit, she is a timer and plus listener. Yes, she has done her job very well, and she's so enthusiastic that she is always, ready to take up roles, and she's always ready to learn. This is the spirit that I like in her. Kudos for that, Gauri. Yeah, and the next person is someone whom I can call a real friend, a true friend of this club. That is Aditya Sharma. Yes, whenever I reach out to him, he never says no. He's always there to he always there to help, and he's always like ready. Yes, I'll do it, Sonika. So thank you so much for it, and thank you so much for your book review, Aditya. And now this is the time. Yeah, how I can forget my PR manager Ritika. She has also done the job of tech master. Yes, she is the person who is handling this meeting technically. So this is a very huge task, and she performs it in a very smooth manner in every meeting every week, and not just the book clubs meeting, even our main South Delhi's meeting that happens on every Saturday in the evening from 6:30 p.m. onwards. So thank you so much for your job, Ritika. And now let me announce the winner of the audience participation round. This time I'm not going to ask to guess the name because I guess you all know the names. That is yes, we have two winners, and both's names start with A. So first is Abu Shadab. Congratulations, Abu. And second is, yeah, it's easy to say guess the second name. Yeah, Abu, can you guess the name?
Anusha.
Yay, Anusha. Congratulations, Anusha.
Thank you.
Okay, now I would like everyone to please turn on their video so that we can click a picture. Gauri, Aditya, Anusha. Okay, so I can see that I guess Shailendra, you have attended our book club for the first time or maybe your second.
Yeah, I think I have attended with full participation for the first time. Earlier I attended, I did not participate.
Okay, so today I would like request Shailendra to give us a signature pose. Okay, so this is for Sougand. Okay, she's not here, but yeah, we still salute you. Thank you so much, Ritika. So everyone do attend our Saturday's meeting as well from 6:30 p.m. onwards. And thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for participating. See you next Tuesday with the session given by Abu Shadab. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.